orders 10 of them, and so forth. I could check those off as I build them, correct?
Check what off?
Well, say my order is, I get, they order a series of Nissan products, Nissan F1, Nissan F2. I could have line items for each one of those, and if they order 10 of the F1s, I could put the required in there as 10.
Right.
And when I set up the work order, and then I can work off of partial, as I build them. It might take me 4 or 5 days to build them. The entire order, I could mark off that I've built 5 of those.
Yeah, it'll tell you how many you've assembled, and what you'd have to do is create a shipping order for your customer, right. And then as you assemble these, just commit them to the order.
Okay, so that's how I could tie everything back to the order then, right? With the shipping order?
Well, there's really not a link between work order and shipping order. We could probably put something on the shipping order header where you can specify which work order went into making it.
Maybe that would be a good option. Maybe that's what would tie it all together for me.
Well, we'd have to do something like that where we'd just put a field on the shipping order header, and then you could just put in the work order number.
Okay. Maybe that's the way to look at it. Why don't I play with that a little bit and see what that would look like, or see what that would for us. What I was thinking was, is there a way to make a consistent project number all the way through it? So, like, if I get a sales order, I generate a project ID.
Right.
And then from that project, carry that project ID back down to the work order and tie it off that way.
Yeah, again, we just have to create a field in both tables to represent the project ID.
Maybe
put it on the header. Do you need it on the header, though, or do you need it on the line? Because when you did purchase orders, you put project numbers on the line item.
I would need it on the line then at that point. Now, let me think about that all the way through, though. Sometimes we'll build 100 Nissan F1s anticipating future orders. So we'll build those Nissan F1s to say finished good inventory, and we'll hold them there, and then we'll ship out of that finished good inventory until we get down to, say, 20. And then we'll build another 100. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think, but I could still tie them off by project ID then.
Yeah, but I guess what I'm getting at is if you're going to do it on the lines, is that where you need it? Do you need to do it on the lines? Because, I mean, you could have a shipping order to one customer where you ship out 5 Nissans. That would be one line on the order. Would they all have the same project number? 5 units of Nissan F1 going to this one project number?
Yes.
Okay, so that'll work.
The shipping order is, a dealership. Say, for an example, a dealer calls in, and we've got him in our customer file as, NISS 1234. That's the dealer number, and he'll ship in the order, and then we'll have 5. They'll order 5 of those, and that'll all go to the same customer.
Okay.
That should work that way. Yeah. That should work that way, I think.
Okay, so you need to be able to put a project number on an order line, right?
On an order line and on both the sales and work order. No, just on the work order.
Just on the work order?
No, I need it on both sales and work order, come to think of it.
Okay. So project numbers on work order lines. You already got them on POs, work order lines.
Yeah.
And shipping order lines. Okay.
Yeah. And that way it drives the project number all the way through the entire system.
That's fine. That'll work.
Okay.
And if it doesn't, we can make it work. So
Yeah, we'll figure it out if it doesn't. We can, because you're dealing with database files on the thing anyway, so that'll make it. We'll give it a chance.
Okay.
Okay. Now the other thing I'm trying to do is I want to set up it's a subsidiary company, and this is what the conversation that we've had related to line of business. A portion of our raw materials, the laminate and the board, the woods, will come through a company called i3 Surfaces. And I'm trying to figure out how can I use, whether I need to use this database or create another altogether different database. I think that's between me and the financial guys. But what I'm trying to do is figure out how to leverage the line of business. One is nothing more than a distributor for the laminate and the wood, some of the wood products. And then Ideal Image, of course, will use the laminates out of i3 Surfaces over to, build their products.
Well, you can set up i3 Surfaces as their own warehouse and then transfer goods between the two.
Can I transfer? One of the issues I'll have there is transferring at cost or transferring at a transfer price. You follow what I'm saying?
Well, I think we'd have to do something for you in that case, because basically a transfer is nothing more than a move in our system. So if you need to capture cost or pricing information, we may have to do something, custom around that.
Yeah. Okay.
We have placeholders in inventory for pricing. I mean, how?
Yeah, you have. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I mean, we have placeholders in the inventory for pricing. So, drill into the pencil on one of those things. I think Zach added a price models to this. I mean, we'd certainly one of them to represent your custom pricing. We can use all of the price levels.
And I could have a price that would be specific for Ideal Image, and I could have a price that would be specific for another customer, correct?
Correct. There's still some work we may have to do behind the scenes. I'd have to know, again, that line of business, what triggers it. If it's an order to Ideal Image, you're going to get default price, I would think, and then if it's to an external customer, you'll get price level 1 or something like that.
Yeah, maybe that's the way we need to look at it, or vice versa. Customer number 1 gets, or customer outside gets default, and Ideal Image gets price number 1.
Yeah, however you want to do it. I just need to know the rules so I can set it up in the background so it automatically takes effect.
Okay.
Because we don't have anything right now. I think these price levels were put in anticipation for like the Sage interface. So there's nothing in iPole that really uses different pricing levels, but that's not to say it can't. So again, if pricing going outside of Ideal Image goes out with the default price, but internally it gets assigned price level 1, and we do that on transit, if we push, we use the in-transit module to push material from i3 Surfaces into Ideal Image, and when we do that, we assign price level 1 to it. That can certainly be done. Yeah,
I think that'd be the way to go.
So, okay, so let me just think if I'm following right. So we're going to use default price for customers.
Right. And price level 1 for Ideal Image.
Price level 1 for Ideal Image.
Yeah.
For Ideal. And then when we transfer stock between i3 Surfaces to Ideal Image, we're going to change the price to reflect the internal price, right?
Correct. Correct. Now,
I got to think that through a little bit, because when that inventory gets pulled, it's going to, I know what you're trying to get at, yeah, but when that inventory gets pulled, again, I'm going to need to know, I don't know if I think we're going to need to propagate the price level one field into the table where we store the inventory records, because right now we only have cost and price. We don't have all these different levels.
Okay.
So,
well, think about that and let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know what that would drive. You know, I could. You know, certainly, I'm not opposed if I have to buy another module or whatever.
No, we can do it. We can do it. I don't think it's going to be that big a stretch. It's just, you know, we're going to have to accommodate the different price levels in inventory, and we probably should have done that to begin with, but I think it's only on the parts records. So
yeah,
I'll take a look at that. I'll figure it out.
So when I go to do a purchase order, is there a way to restrict purchase orders then? You know, for an example, I want a purchase order to go out for laminate underneath i3 surfaces to a specific supplier. So if I got supplier A, that might be, you know, the laminate provider down the road, I'm going to buy it by Ideal Image. But if I'm going to buy another type of laminate from another supplier, I'm going to use i3 surfaces to buy that. And I'm wondering if the purchase order, you know, right now, the way that it is, it's got the logo of Ideal Image on it. Is there a way to modify the purchase order so that I know I want to order this out of i3 surfaces versus Ideal?
Well, that's going to be your receiving warehouse. You know, you'll want to make i3 surfaces the receiving warehouse. So when that purchase is, you know, completed, all that stock goes into there, and that's one way you'll know. I think we did, for another customer, we gave them the ability to show a different logo on the header. I can't remember purchase orders. So I think we actually have customization in there. I'll just have to check it, but.
Okay. If you check that'd be the only other thing that I think we need to do is change that. And then I think underneath, let's see. Might be a couple of these, like bill of ladings. Let me check and see what that.
Yeah, these are where we end up, we do a lot of customization in these documents because, you know, one size does not fit all.
Yeah, we'd have to go into bill of ladings and some other stuff to put in some kind of various logo, like a bill of lading logo for Ideal and a bill of lading logo for i3. Okay. Other than that, those were the three big things that I needed to talk with you about. Okay.
Let's do something while I'm here. Krista reported a problem. I think it's just the way the screen set's set up. So I'm going to, let me drive here.
Okay.
System. That way I don't have to bother Nikki. Oh, yeah, I got to log in. Yeah.
Now you're inside of our system if you're hitting mine, I think. Okay.
Yep, that's where I want to be.
Okay.
Yeah, Frank, I was trying to go in and add those employees earlier that we had talked about this morning. And when I clicked on any of the existing ones that were already in there to see kind of how they were set up, I was getting an error message at the bottom of the screen, so I just screenshotted that and sent it over to Ben.
Okay.
I think the problem is the screen set is kind of goofy when I look at it. These values, just uncheck, not visible. take a look again. Customize. Okay, so this. So they got add and modified attributes on, but they're not even visible on the screen. I think it's just throwing it off. This. Okay. Also, they got first and last name required. Yeah, these should be required, first name and last name, because you got some blank ones on the screen.
Yeah, I've seen that. That'd be the kind of employee that I would be considered as a blank one.
Okay, so like here we have Doug. Oh, that was modified. Actually, he's got a record in here, doesn't he? Cancel, hang on.
Yeah.
Okay, list. Cancel. Cancel.
Take some of that home for
Okay, so we got a blank one here.
And then there's two more there at 15 and 16.
And there's no link to get to a system.
There's your links.
There's my link. Good. Who are you trying to put in? Let's just use this blank record. Oh, still got the error on the bottom. Never mind. I'm going to have to take a look at that.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder. We've been adding like created by and modified fields to the tables, and I'm wondering if your code is ahead of your actual table definition. That's probably what the problem is. I'll take a look at it. I'll figure it out today. Get it to you.
Okay.
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 Anything else?
No, I don't have anything else unless Krista does. Krista, do you have anything else?
Nope. I just wanted to find out what was going on with that error message. So.
Yeah, I got to take a look at it. I'll take a look at it now.
Sounds good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
I recorded this meeting, and Ben will put it up on YouTube for you, Frank. So we'll have a.
Oh, okay. Okay, very good. Thank you.
Yep.
We'll talk to you guys later. Yep,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Bye-bye.